Something strange is happening. Jim Carrey recently appeared in Paris looking different, very different.
Bonjour, how are you? Oh, it's a wonderful feeling. I really took on a pretty big challenge trying to do my speech in French.
After the footage surfaced, social media erupted. People were not just talking about his award. They were all asking one shocking question: what happened to Jim Carrey? Is that even Jim Carrey? Many people believe it was a clone. And now, with Katt Williams speaking out about Hollywood's secrets, some fans are taking the theory even further. They believe this is proof that something much bigger is happening behind the scenes.
Researched my whole life on what the entity was before I got there, you know. My intention was to get in there and kick up some dust and try to become a whistleblower that they don't knock off. Because, you know, they get all the whistleblowers.
After the footage surfaced, social media erupted. People weren't just talking about the award anymore. Instead, one wild question began spreading everywhere. What happened to Jim Carrey? Some even asked the unthinkable: is that really Jim Carrey at all? For many viewers, the difference seemed so striking that a bizarre theory quickly took hold. Some people started claiming the man in the video wasn't the real Jim Carrey, but a clone. And now, with Katt Williams openly speaking about alleged secrets within Hollywood, the speculation has only intensified. For certain fans, this moment feels like proof that something far bigger might be unfolding behind the scenes.
There is a huge conspiracy theory about beloved Hollywood actor Jim Carrey right now because people are saying he's acting and looking very different. Did the Illuminati finally get their loudest whistleblower and clone him, thus silencing him? This is like two conspiracy theories in one, so here's everything you need to know.
I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower.
So yesterday, 64-year-old Jim Carrey received a Caesar Award in Paris, which is like a French Oscar. And he was just suspiciously acting out of character for the iconic Jim Carrey personality. And longtime fans also noticed he looked younger or very different. And for a lot of actors in Hollywood, that's the norm. He's 64. I support people getting work done. But a lot of conspiracy theorists who are really just diehard fans say normally Jim Carrey would never do this. His whole brand is drastically changing his facial expressions and melding his face into whatever he needs to do for his role. It's just the last person you would ever expect to do that. But what's really freaking people out and driving home the conspiracy theory is that his eyes are a completely different color now. They are green, but they used to be very obviously brown. Is it him? Is someone new under the mask? And Jim Carrey is infamous for his whole career long time giving very powerful speeches against government corruption, against capitalism, against those in power.
Jim Carrey appeared at the 51st César Awards to receive an honorary award recognizing his lifetime achievement in film. And that is an enormous honor. He even delivered part of his speech in French, yet almost no one online seemed focused on what he said. Instead, all attention shifted to him, his appearance, the way he spoke, and the way he moved. To many viewers, every detail felt strange, unsettling, and somehow unnatural. Some people said he did not seem like himself. Others insisted he looked completely different. A few even went as far as to claim he had been replaced. And yes, the word clone quickly started trending. As clips from the red carpet spread online, fans began comparing them to sized Hollywood before. He has also publicly spoken against the government and the alleged criminals he believes are operating behind the curtain.
Tell me, is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, you know, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're celebrating.
I mean, you got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons.
in
Boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, you know, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air.
You don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, to be bold, to inspire others? Artistry? You're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha! Yeah. You shut it down now. Yeah, no, I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality, beyond invention and disguise, beyond the red S that you wear on your chest that makes bullets bounce off. I believe that it's deeper than that. I believe we're a field of energy dancing for itself. And I don't care.
But Jim, you got really dressed up for the occasion. You look good.
No, I didn't
that an
get dressed
accident?
up. I didn't get dressed up.
Who did?
There is no me.
There's no you.
No.
Remember that famous red carpet interview where Jim Carrey said none of this is real? The one where he told the reporter that he does not believe in personalities and that none of us truly matter. That clip went viral years ago.
Okay. And what nationality are you?
Sicilian and Puerto Rican.
Okay. Sicilian and Puerto Rican. Okay.
Yeah.
I can see that now.
Those
That's
are my
what's up.
2 genomes.
Okay. Who's the Puerto Rican one? Who's the Sicilian one?
When I was cloned, they wiped a lot of memory, but when I stole the documents before escaping, I read that the mother was Puerto Rican and I guess the father, surrogate, you could say, was the sperm donor was the Sicilian.
Okay. So you're a test tube baby.
Yeah.
What's that?
Shout out Clonaid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you could actually, as soon as you die, they could actually freeze your body.
Well, what happened with my first gen is they took the skull because he initially had written in a will to the Raelian movement that if something were to happen to him, they can ship the skull over immediately to Clonaid. So they can remove a fragment of bone that's located here. And in this fragment of bone, it stores all of your memories and consciousness. And with that, they can make a sufficient replica of yourself, a reproductive version of you, including your memories. And you can be selective as to which ones you keep or don't keep. This process has been around for quite some time. Like Dolly the sheep was cloned back in, I think, the late 70s, early 80s, if I'm not mistaken.
Dolly the sheep, yeah, I remember that. And they've cloned a lot of animals over the years.
Yeah, Clonaid, I don't want to say too much information. This is going to be broadcasted on the internet.
But I don't think they could transfer the actual memories, though.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're living proof of this?
Yeah, I'm living proof. Except all the memories. A lot of them I don't have because of drugs and alcohol as a teenager. So it's kind of like burning an MP3 CD, right? So let's say, we don't do this, people don't do this anymore, but back in the day, you would bootleg a CD, you would need the original copy. You put it in, it reads the disc, transfers all the files. You have the same exact CD, it's the same thing. All the tracks, everything, every bar, every hit from every note, everything's gonna be on there. Now, if I scratch that CD, I may not be able to read all the files on the disc, making it impossible to transfer, make a new one, a new copy.
He sounded profound, philosophical, almost like someone who had pulled back the curtain and glimpsed something most people never see. Back then, some dismissed it as spirituality. Others believed he had simply seen the darker side of fame. Now fast forward to Paris. Fans say this version of Jim seemed strangely eager to step back into the role, smiling, joking, and acting as though everything was completely normal. So the question began to grow louder. Did something suddenly change? Could Jim really have abandoned such deep-rooted convictions overnight? Critics online say it did not feel natural, and to them, it simply did not seem possible that this was the same Jim Carrey. Some even compared the situation to other celebrity clone theories that have circulated across the internet for years. One of the most bizarre examples came from Kid Buu, who once claimed that a cloning facility exists in the United States and that he himself was a clone who managed to escape from it.
Jim Carrey was devastated last September when his 30-year-old girlfriend killed herself. Now, 10 months after the funeral for makeup artist Katrina White, the just-released autopsy report details her final days. She left a suicide note for Carrey. They had broken up the week before. I've spent 3 days now in disbelief that you're not here. I can go on brokenhearted and try to put the pieces back. I could, I just don't have the will this time.
She had not been seen in 4 days at that point. The last person she'd spoken to, it's believed, is Jim Carrey.
Chris Spargo is a reporter with thedailymail.com, which obtained the autopsy report.
Jim Carrey texted her the night before, saying that he was actually missing a bunch of pills from his medicine cabinet, asking if she had them, but there was no response.
The toxicology report says she had multiple drugs in her system, including pain medication prescribed to an Arthur King, who is believed to be an alias used by Carrey, according to published reports.
She had obtained 3 bottles of pills from someone under an alias. It's believed it was possibly Jim Carrey.
Carrey last spoke to Katrina White via FaceTime for 3 minutes. Her body was found 4 days later in her rented home in Los Angeles. In her note, Katrina left the funeral arrangements up to Carrey.
We know they called Jim Carrey first when they found her body after finding her cell phone, before they even called her family. So he obviously was incredibly, incredibly torn up about this, but he really was there in the aftermath.
She ended her note to Carrey saying, "Please forgive me. I am just not for this world." She signed it, Dewdrop, the pet name given to her by Jim Carrey.
To be fair, people do change. Jim is older now. Faces age, voices shift, and even lighting can make someone's eyes appear a different color. And yes, celebrities sometimes undergo cosmetic procedures, but none of that has stopped the speculation. Supporters of the clone theory insist that the biggest clue is not his face. It is his energy. They say the old Jim was wild, loud, and completely unpredictable. The man who starred in The Mask and The Truman Show had a certain spark in his eyes, something electric that seemed impossible to miss. Now, some people claim that spark is gone. In fact, many online have speculated that the man seen today is not Jim at all. According to the most extreme theories, the real Jim was removed years ago after speaking out against powerful figures operating in the shadows. One claim often brought up in these discussions is the tragic death of Jim's former girlfriend years ago. Some conspiracy-minded voices believe her death was meant to send a message to him.
Is that a gang sign? Have you,
Oh, like you don't know what it is. You don't know what that is.
I have no idea.
You don't know. Jimmy Fallon doesn't know. David Letterman doesn't know.
We don't know.
All the comics and show business don't know what this is. Right? Yeah.
What is it?
Come on, Jimmy. Seriously, the time is up. People are hip to this kind of stuff. I'm here tonight to blow the lid off it, to be the whistleblower. I'm sick and tired of the secrets and the lies. It is the secret symbol of the Illuminati, and you're a part of it, and it is the all-mocking tongue.
Oh, I like it.
It's the symbol of the all-mocking tongue. And I'm sick of it. I want everybody to be in on the joke, man. You know what I mean? For years now, talk show hosts, people on television, people in sitcoms have been hired by the government to throw you off the track, to distract you, to make you laugh and stuff like that, make you happy and docile so you don't know what's really going on. You know, and they get out there in the woods in a circle naked and they decide these things. And, you know, and you know, look at him trying to...
It has unsurprisingly been claimed that he was threatened, that he was given a choice, and that something happened behind the scenes. Then there is one of his most talked about rants, the moment Jim captured widespread attention by speaking about secret symbols and mocking hidden gestures, while joking that talk show hosts exist to keep the public distracted. He came across as half serious, half sarcastic, which only made the moment feel even more unsettling. And in the middle of it all, he even mentioned secret meetings in the woods.
I don't exist, so they're all characters that I've played, including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. Jim Carrey was a less intentional character, right, because I thought I was just building something that people would like, but it was a character. I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern.
That clip is being shared again now as proof, because Jim Carrey has always blurred the line between comedy and truth. He says things in a way that sounds funny on the surface, but beneath the humor, there is often a deeper message. That is exactly what makes him so fascinating.
Today was World Autism Awareness Day. You both must be encouraged by all that's happened in this subject since you literally started it.
Yeah, you know, we've come a long way within the community. When I first had Evan diagnosed with autism, there wasn't much of anything. I had to find out about biomedical treatment on the internet after I typed in autism on Google. And out 3 years later now, there's 3 books and many thousands of children getting better because of biomedical treatment.
Jenny brought so much focus to this problem. And kind of that's why I'm here, is I want to bring as much focus as we can to this problem.
You married autism. Or, well, you're not married, so you live with autism.
When I invited Jenny into my life, I invited Evan into my life. And when I first met Evan, it was like he was on another planet. I wasn't in the room. There was no eye contact, there was no response to dialogue, there was no affection. And over time, I witnessed Jenny pull Evan through the window of unconsciousness and isolation into our world, where he is now a fully functioning person who can communicate, who can connect, and this is through biomedical treatments, GFCF diet, and the therapies that she's talking about. So I believe that autism, in my heart, is preventable
and treatable.
Fully functional. He's
completely recovered, Larry, completely recovered. And he's not the only one. There are thousands in this community that are getting better.
Why did you go so public? I mean, you had an autistic child. He got better. So why are you here?
I could have, hid and not said anything, and Evan would have blended into society. I made a pact with God, though. The day Evan became diagnosed with autism, I said, if you show me the way, God, and show me how to heal my boy, I will continue to teach the world how I did it. And within 1 year of that kind of conversation with God, Evan was undiagnosed from autism.
But it's still shocking to see how many people are ignoring this information.
The American Academy of Pediatrics, I begged and have sat down with and said, why are you not sitting down with our doctors and our scientists who are treating and recovering children with autism? And they refuse to this day to sit down.
I think if there was any possibility that a child was being helped, that someone would listen, someone would take a look. And the fact is, they're not even considering the information. They're not only not considering, they're discouraging it.
That controversy triggered massive backlash, headlines, criticism, and heated public debate. After that, Jim seemed to pull away from those subjects. Some fans believe he was silenced, and according to the same line of thinking, he was not the only one. They say Katt Williams also came dangerously close to being shut down. At the same time, late-night shows like Jimmy Kimmel Live kept leaning further into political comedy. Hosts mocking politicians, politicians mocking hosts, and audiences cheering for whichever side they supported. That is where some people begin connecting the dots. They believe Jim and Katt were not criticizing just one celebrity or one program, but the entire machine of distraction itself. The idea that people are kept divided, entertained, and emotionally charged, while larger forces move quietly in the background. Is that dramatic? Maybe. But the idea of powerful industries shaping public narratives is not science fiction. It is a concept people have studied for decades. Because of that, many have claimed that when Jim spoke about secret societies and warned young people about entering Hollywood, he may have been hinting at something far darker, possibly even Jeffrey Epstein and the network of powerful figures surrounding him. There is no direct proof to support that conclusion, only circumstantial evidence and interpretation. Still, to those already suspicious, the timing feels unsettling. They look at Jim's sudden change, then at the release of major files and the wave of recent developments, and they cannot help but feel that something seems off. What makes the speculation even more intense is that this part is not just internet rumor or YouTube theory. The state of New Mexico has officially reopened a criminal inquiry into Zorro Ranch, the sprawling property once owned by Jeffrey Epstein. That is not gossip cycling through social media. That is a state attorney general announcing a renewed prosecutorial review.
I'm standing by what used to be Zorro Ranch, Jeffrey Epstein's massive property in New Mexico. And as of now, no one's really investigated exactly what happened here. Zorro Ranch is in Stanley, New Mexico, about 30 miles southeast of Santa Fe, essentially in the middle of nowhere. Epstein owned the property from the early 1990s up until 2023, and some people have accused him and others of wrongdoing at the ranch. Zorro Ranch is mentioned multiple times in the Epstein files, including an account by late survivor Virginia Giuffre.
Many of the survivors had experiences in New Mexico, and as we've learned, there were local politicians and other people that were aware of what was happening in New Mexico. So it's really important that at this point in time, a closer look is taken with respect to that property.
New Mexico State Representatives Andrea Romero and Mariana Anaya put forth a resolution to set up a truth commission on Zorro Ranch. And on Monday, the New Mexico House passed that measure. The bipartisan group will investigate allegations of abuse and trafficking at Zorro Ranch. Epstein died in what was ruled a suicide in a New York jail in 2019 while facing federal charges. When I asked lawmakers why there had never been an investigation into Zorro Ranch before, their big answer was, we don't know.
He was a known sort of gallivanter, ladies' man around town. They called his ranch the Playboy Ranch of Santa Fe. We know very little, if nothing, about, and certainly not a lot that the news has reported on. And what has been reported on is nothing short of alarming. And so for any sense of justice to be had, we have to tell the truth. We have to tell the story of what happened.
Many have alleged that this location may have been one of the sites where Jeffrey Epstein supposedly carried out disturbing and illegal activities, with some even claiming it was used for what they describe as human hunts.
Jeffrey Epstein has leaked emails of people going out and doing hunts. What? Hunting for pleasure. Oh, hunting them like game. The heck? There was actually a woman that's leaking the information of what she said was a Rothschild's hunting trip, right?
no.
And specifically certain types of people too, which makes it even more disturbing. This is to Epstein, going to Mean Lana's party now to hunt. Why would you be going to a party to hunt? Snipe hunt is over, moon cricket in a field bag. And then the bottom is so messed up. Look, guess what? Their words.
No.
Yeah. That's what they're saying in the email. There's speculation they would take a whole bunch of throw them into like a forest on a deserted area enclosed where they can't escape, and they would hunt them like game. And what's even more crazy is, what if this was the first step before consumption?
It makes sense.
There's no exact proof yet where these locations were.
Okay.
And I don't think necessarily was the island.
Yeah.
Thanks. Thrilling hunt from Ariane de Rothschild. Amazing old male. Amazing hunt.
What the heck?
She's talking about who she got.
This really makes you wonder why people didn't listen to Jim Carrey sooner. If we had perhaps been more willing to take action, a lot of lives might have been saved. Do you think the Jim Carrey we saw in Paris is still the real one? Let us know in the comments below.
All of this makes people wonder why more attention was not paid to Jim Carrey sooner. Some believe that if his words had been taken more seriously, if more people had been willing to act, certain lives might have been saved. So now the question remains, was the Jim Carrey scene in Paris truly the same man people have known for years? Let us know what you think in the comments below.